a little bit worried once we get past bind.
Yeah, most definitely. This is the opportunity for F4Q to take it across the line. Starting it out on the defensive side, and look at the amount of utility currently inside of AvovA. In fact, mixwell goes down to his teammate's nade. A shock dart to Efina, lighting him up. He is so low, and the blast pack takes him down. It's all about the Raze utility on this G2 attack. And they've managed to get the man advantage, but they're not happy with just one. They pursue FiveK, and they'll get a clean plant out of this.
Yeah, it's a shame he didn't get one with the boombot as well. Then he would have had the full trifecta of kills every single one.
Holy Trinity.
The Holy Trinity. Let's bring that back. Something we definitely need to be heard. But only 2 players remaining, trying to make their way back through the defender's spawn. And chances are there's not going to be much here for the side of F4Q.
Yeah, pretty tough round to get anything done in. They're going to be running out of a choke point. There's players ready to dive on them as they come out. The smokes do give them an opportunity. Zunba towards the back side. keloqz is taken down. This is a good start, but time is going to start to be a big issue. There's so many angles that they have to clear out. They're going to try to use their smoke to allow them onto the site. Nice kill by Esperanza, tapping the spike. They now have to challenge for this, not knowing if it's being defused. Zunba waiting for them to get close, but AvovA hits the shot. It's not going to be the ideal agent if you're not towards the top of the board, and certainly if you're this player, right? He's someone that's jumping towards the top from what we know about him. Now, lots of utility coming out of G2. They want to rush in towards this B site, but F4Q, with the weak pistols, have stacked it up, and they're waiting for the push to come through. So well handled on every single fight. They do lose a player, but it's instantly traded. Again, Zunba has got to make a pretty tough clutch for the shorty.
Yeah, it's basically the worst possible weapon to have in this scenario. I'd be surprised if he pushed is too far forward. I think maybe just going to wait and hope that someone comes pushing into him, maybe gives him that little bit of extra credits, and also, well, he's going to want to die here just to make sure he gets the ultimate orb and the extra credits as well. So we'll see. Maybe he can get something a little bit extra, trying to bait a couple of players in, but ultimately I would be surprised if he gets anything here. Yeah,
he's trying to really play with them here, toy them, trying to get them to push him down so he can use the shorty, but in the end, nothing really. A lot of it is contextually as well. It's about the consistency of how these games are going down, managing to find a map here or there, but so far, although there's been those moments, there's been those rounds, they've never really been able to deliver in the grand scheme of things. Now, though, they're looking to find a strong round. Weapons in their hands over on the F4Q side. And for G2, they're still on the Spectres. They're going to try to close in. The distance nuke is already on the site. He couldn't even see him, and he's managed to find a double kill. Efina doing his best to try and pull this back, but with a retrieved Phantom, nukkye shuts him down as well. Now the site is there for G2. They've picked up Phantoms, and it's an even retake. In fact, it's in their favor because Zumba's playing with the judge.
Yeah, again, he's got himself a shotgun on a retake. Definitely not the ideal weapon, and I think he's going to have to hope that Esperanza can find him a little bit of space. And they're going to try and sneak their way through. You can see that he's a little bit wary from the side of G2, trying to look behind, see to check if they're being flanked on, and instead, mixwell is just going to try and get himself a plant on the other side. But Zunba has already made his way through.
Oh, and that wall's going to allow him to get nice and close with the judge. He's coming on through, but mixwell is too quick, shutting him down
go back.
and taking the TP to B. He's going to get the plant out of this, and with 47 health left, this isn't an ideal situation, but if he can get the jump on the other side, this could work out.
Yeah, Esperanza actually hesitated. I think he thought he was going to go through the teleporter again. He didn't want to get fooled with a plant on the other side of the map, but just going to play this close angle, trying to use the poison orb to his advantage. It's patient for Esperanza, though. He's got plenty of time to make his move, doesn't want to risk pushing through any of that utility, and he's going to get the jump on him, but it's Esperanza with the extra HP, who will just about get through that round. But again, Mitch, contextually, that's a pretty good round for G2.
Yeah, definitely. And we said that F4Q want to lose 1, maybe 2 players out of that, but this was their chance to farm a little bit of money and to punish G2. Instead, they end up almost losing the round by bars down, so they can drag you in as soon as you get close. Like if nukkye tries to blast pack across, he'll get pulled in and then taken down. And then inside hookah, obviously, I mean, this is the conventional position to hold with this weapon. They're going to try to deal with Bunny a little bit, harass him up, try to get him to leave that position, but they're not moving. F4Q, happy to just sit down and wait for G2 to make a move.
Yeah, playing a lot more passively in this round. No real aggressive positions, and because the Seeker's been popped by keloqz, it's going to give them that information. They can take a little bit of control. Esperanza, he's landing the tags, but it's being dodged, baited out. And this close position of Zunba could actually do quite a lot, but they're actually going to force him back a little bit.
Oh, the judge is just running right in, and a double kill for Zunba. keloqz luckily pulling it back. The timing perfect on that flash around the corner, and G2 won't lose hope just yet. The plant can go down on the site, and especially now with keloqz taking a third. Advanced positions coming out of AvovA. And this is now a really tough retake for F4Q because Bunny still has, well, he had that judge to work with, upgraded to a Bulldog. Good kill for Efina, but he has no idea that AvovA's up close. How is that turret not tagging him? This could be huge for AvovA. The lockdown now destroyed. 10 seconds left. They need to plant the spike, and as AvovA goes down, that becomes so difficult. F4Q just need to get on to mixwell before he plants this in. The blast pack play out of Bunny with 50 health. He is so close to being taken down, and through the smoke, Efina will find another 3K, saving F4Q yet again.
I'm worried to see that showstopper come through in a matter of seconds. I would assume that's where they're going to be on. keloqz also got 3 kills in the last round, so he's almost got his Seekers. Again, nukkye though, well, I guess he doesn't need to go and get the orb. He's already managed to find himself the opener. The nade will push Bunny out the back of the site. He does well to at least stay alive a little bit longer, and he actually gets a kill with the blast back, just throwing it through. However, again, the trades have come back, and more importantly, the Viper's Pit is in play.
Yeah, this is tough for Esperanza. Not an ideal fight. mixwell about to drop shot Zunba to close out the round. G bringing this Odin over towards B long.
Okay.
The whole team storming it down. They're up against weaker weapons, and they don't want to give any opportunities away. They want to make sure they can just get in here and trade. And look how different it is when they have this utility, the boom bot, to try and clear it out. They've got long control, and now they've even got the B site. I mean, this is they found the one hole in the defense of F4Q.
Yeah, they went for this almost aggressive pincer going down both sides of mid, and there's no one there. And unfortunately, the weapons that they have are not really going to play too much of a part in this round, I'd assume. nukkye in a pretty good space. He's actually going to use a showstopper. Okay, I mean, that's a bit of a surprise.
You're going to have smiles on your faces if you're F4Q now. They just used a showstopper versus, I think it killed a shorty. So, yeah. Hey, I'll take that trade any day of the week. And committing that much and already losing one player, I could have gotten a little bit worse, but luckily it seems like wasted map control, really. Anyways, G2 are looking towards the B side. They've
a lot of squids.
Navigated their way back here. Squids absolutely everywhere. keloqz on the side already. He knows now there's one player inside the tube, the showstopper, not going to connect out of F4Q, and keloqz is still lurking around, getting his reload in and ready to challenge for spawn. He needs to hold on to this control for his team, and that is until the Cosmic Divide comes in. Now, they can't really push out of there. Bunny surely not about to make a ludicrous play through this wall, and now they're kind of locked down for a little while. Time is going to start to fade away.
Yeah, FiveK doesn't have any of his flashes either, so they can't even like burst back out the Cosmic Divide, so they're just gonna save. They didn't have the right piece of utility, they didn't have the right weaponry either. Like an operator going through a screen is just a terrible, terrible idea, so they've just had to fall back. I will say as well, the manner in which keloqz is playing this guy is a different breed to what we see from mixwell. Like it is not the like it's the same agent, but he is going incredibly aggressive, looking to try and find more openers alongside nukkye, and honestly, I'm really enjoying it. Like, it's a much better style for him.
That was a very good read by G2 as well when it comes down to the late round and putting the Cosmic Divide in. Ooh, the Odin's trying to catch some players fading out into heaven, but...
Okay, and now actually, if he gets tagged by this at all, Bunny is just going to be completely out the round. Instead, they're actually going to put it into hookah. Zunba now left on just 45 HP. He's got to be incredibly careful of the paint shells, and he is just about surviving. Some nasty tags coming through, and Bunny, he's only shooting utility at this point. He's not hit a single member of the opposing side.
Bunny only had 25 armor, so that shock dart lit him up so much. Just the one bullet as they swung out could have taken him down. And the fact that he tanked it, I mean, obviously ADS did on the operator. That could have been a big difference maker at the start, but he's being healed up now. Zunba, not quite in the same boat. He'll get a little bit of heals because they're going to have to rotate over to the A site. That's where G2 are pushing in right now. nukkye seizing all the control yet again. And we've seen Zunba try to hold this position with a judge. This time he rotates over to play hookah, and that's when nukkye comes and would have fallen right into his trap. Instead, he's picking up a third kill and dominating the A site. I mean, F4Q, again, facing into a judge retake, and the judge only has 11 HP.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, it's just going to be too easy. It's a round and a half from nukkye. A prime gaming flawless.
Buying up so much more space for nukkye to just dash out on the sites. And this time Bunny is in a lot of trouble, tucked up close. That nade's going to force him out. Good shutdown by keloqz. He's ready for the back site fight. This is absolutely gorgeous from G2.
Yeah, he's having a game.
He's 50 HP and he's challenging. That's not so good because there's sheriffs on the other side. Probably don't want to get one shot to the body.
Mitch, I'd like to introduce you to keloqz. He likes when he gets 2 kills, he is going for the 3rd. That's not even a question. That happens on every single map, be it after plant, whatever.
Oh yeah.
The man likes to try and ruins people's days. So yeah.
Oh, Zunba, I like this. Going through the snake bite, he's going to take the risk, knows that he has to hit that one-shot headshot anyways. But it's keloqz still hunting with 49 HP against sheriffs.
They got cash.
And he's going to be punished for it. And so is mixwell. And now the bravado comes back to slap you. This isn't a round they're going to lose. I mean, I would be very surprised if they did. But look at how much they've lost already. nukkye, far enough away that he won't get one shot, but FiveK has a chance up against koldamenta, knowing that he's here. But the information's being exchanged, hasn't it? FiveK just wants to pick up one of these weapons as he runs on out. Oh, are they letting him get it? They're letting him save. Well, I mean, look, we highlight the issues that are potentially there. They can... I have to say, I know someone's going to make the comment, well, actually, see, keloqz was one away from ultimate, so he wanted to go take a fight or die. No, he gave a rifle away. Let's not have that. Nade out of Bunny gets a kill. That might be the first kill I've seen over to, like, that deep in Fountain with a nade at the start of the round. You never see that.
The other thing to add as well is they won this map last time. It's the one map that FiveK finished top. So the fact that he's had such a rough start is a really, really bad sign for F4Q on their map choice. And, well, we all saw how Ascent went last time. 7-2, an even trade to start. And already koldamenta's looking to try and clear out some of these angles. He's still got that Odin.
Yeah, oh, you're dead. You are so dead. Still standing there up against koldamenta's Odin. Are you crazy? He's going to be able to take a second kill in this round, get the plant in, and strides towards that Hunter's Fury. It's already a 7-2 scoreline. F4Q really need this round, and they've done damage. nukkye and koldamenta both going to be hit down by down to 70 HP. If F4Q can find a pick, they can commit to this.
He got shot through the wall. He's on 10 HP. He was very nearly dead just from that. The peek out from mixwell, though, is going to drop another. Now, the afterplant still comes down to a possible scenario. 2 players relatively low, or I guess 1 incredibly low. And the peak looking to come back through. The shock dart just inches away. The peak, a single bullet through the wall would do it. And Efina, he's trying his best here as they do manage to drop one more. The problem is now, though, they just don't have the time. And nukkye, he's just going to throw in the ultimate just to make sure that no one can get anywhere near that spike.
Better safe than sorry. I agree with that ult usage there. Puts them on 8 rounds. And yeah, sure, you'd love to have that coming. It didn't work out.
8-2. It is looking like a very, very different match. Efina, though, he's been the one saving grace of money! Damn, I love watching this guy play. It's been a little bit quieter for him this time, but these are the sort of frustrating kills he can pull out. They got to be careful, though. Esperanza's being wrapped on. AvovA already managing to find a kill and get himself around the edge of the ultimate. It's not going to catch him here.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's it done, surely. Look at the HP left on Bunny. They're actually going to full wrap to the A site, sending it around to meet up with koldamenta, who's on his way through Bath. Now, the only danger man here is FiveK, and we've seen him have a couple of shaky rounds, but he's here in the steps. He knows they're up close, Vandal in hand. AvovA's going to clear him out. No! He's going to go for the plant in the open, and that's an easy kill for FiveK. His teammates coming in to help. A flash still online. He will be revealed, but he backs out. Here's the flash around the corner, countering it out, but he's blinded up fully, and keloqz was able to turn away.
30 seconds.
Bunny up close. He can get in on them. Right behind on the TP. Tracing them. Just about surviving in the corner. Oh, koldamenta just needs one bullet through that wall, and it would be a free kill. He has no idea how close he was to taking Bunny down.
Yeah, the time is ticking now. 12 seconds left on the clock. He's surrounded by both angles. He's going to at least deny the little utility that is left, but the clock is playing against him at this stage, and, well, it doesn't even matter.
He can get the kill, though! He's so low!
Bang? No.
Oh.
He's not going to predict it.
The jump out of Bunny was one of the strangest things I've seen, sure.
You have a pretty damn good attack side. All right, Bunny. Hopping all the way down mid, trying to find something here. He's going to get absolutely nothing off the back of the showstopper, and in fact, they've lost an awful lot of ground. Look at how far they've rotated off. mixwell is starting to lurk his way out onto the site. If Bunny goes down here, they have full control of A.
There's not really been any need for mixwell's lurk to be shown so far. His pathing is actually unbelievable, but he's running into a judge. If Bunny can manage to find this kill, the timing plays completely against him. Trapped on the side, he didn't know if they could come up behind, and now they're in a lot of trouble because mixwell pops the Viper's Pit, and he's going to use the judge inside of it. This is going to be a really tough position to try to fight back into. That flash doesn't even reveal him, and he's now just sat up close. One of the rattiest plays you can possibly make. The Hunter's Fury not going to connect on him on the first two. He's all good. Teammate not tagging him up because we've seen a couple of little whiffed utility pieces before. I mean, this is the last round. They have to go for it, but they can't even go through spawn right now. With shock darts and snake bites holding them down in the Viper's Pit, they're pulling in through heaven with three players, excuse me. And Efina going to try to clear out that Viper's Pit, but he's dealt with right away. mixwell for 3, and the classic out to try and get the 4th. AvovA stealing it away. 9 rounds on the board. They're kind of running out of information in this late stage. F4Q could be literally anywhere, and they're now going to deploy a very valuable pistol piece of utility that gets shut down by a shock dart. 400 credits for that drone, and it gets them nothing, and then Bunny goes down. They're naded out, so they can't even get that push in, and now they're going to run into a heavy stack as the rest of G2 starts to rotate. This is so well controlled out of the G2 side, and like a ghost to play with. He doesn't give a weapon over to his teammates, anything like that. Instead, he's committing on utility, and G2, they just have the playbook right now.
Oh, no.
They have it open. That's a little bit awkward, but keloqz,
Let me in.
as he moves forward, is going to be having the spike right in front of him. The problem is, he's going to flash out of the smoke. He's up against pistols, and this man doesn't even mind taking a 1vx versus pistols. That's how confident he is, and we already talked about the night and day difference between him on a Sage and on a Skye, and you're seeing it already on the defensive side have so much value for him.
God, this is a confident-looking G2. They want to try and not just win this round, they want to almost disrespect their F4Q and be like, you know what, this is our server at this point. Yeah, we may have had a 9-3 half. I've seen a few people like, oh, but, you know, this is the curse. Oh, I don't know. Maybe the caster curse can add in a little bit because F4Q need all they can get at this stage because this is rough.
Yeah, it absolutely is. They've just shut them down with another 4 players left alive on the G2 side. 11.
The only problem is after a while you run out of them.
Use your toes as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, below the belt is not on camera anymore, so.
Yep. You got your Hobbit feet out.
I'm the Hobbit. Yeah, anyway. Bunny is going to kick things off. keloqz, this time his aggression, well, it's not really there. He dies on the B site, a little bit more passive than normal, and ooh, it's close. Zunba only on 12 HP, and he's going to continue the push, but he is caught by Esperanza. The default of F4Q working at least for the moment, but they're being caught by more and more players. They're still just battling into mid. Unfortunately now, there's only one man left, AvovA, and he's not in the best of spots.
Well, mixwell's coming in to help him, though, in through the spawn with the Spectre in hand. It's not really a great crossfire, though. They're going to have to play their own lives. Not shock dart, snake bite coming through, but they don't mind. They'll tank it up. mixwell, good for 1. There's a weapon to be retrieved. The second kill! AvovA's come out of Bath, and Esperanza has to clutch a 1v2. This should have been F4Q so easily, and in the end, they get slapped in a 2v4. They see you come through. Well, it is 12-3, and as much as I don't want to sell false hope here, well, yeah, let me just not sell false hope.
F4Q through the TP!
Seekers come in, double TP push, mixwell trading out his teammate. And F4Q, man disadvantage, weaponry disadvantage by quite a bit. No ultis online, and mixwell even has Viper's Pit that's going to be deployed towards Bath. They're losing every single lane duel. That's going to be one of the better weapons gone for F4Q. Picked back up by Bunny, though. He's managed to find himself a Vandal. Let's see if he can do something with it. This has to be a godlike round from him, or we're looking at map 2. We're looking at map 2, Tom.
Yeah, and then, well, map 2 didn't exactly go well last time when it came for F4Q. They didn't do particularly well on Ascent. FiveK, he's had a really rough game. Like, it's been night and day from the last time they played Bind. He was the best player in the server. Now he goes to being completely silent. To keep them in the map, he needs to win a 1v3, 46 HP. And I am not a believer in this whatsoever. He does, however, get the second kill.
You might be eating your words, Tom. I mean, Nuke is pretty low.
Come on,
HP
how much
there.
can I curse G2? There is absolutely no way that FiveK win this round. Not a chance in hell. In fact, I would be completely gobsmacked if he wins it. And I was correct. Yeah, so it's been better, but we still need a lot more from him individually. And just as a whole, they got bodied on the last map, and now they go into one where they don't have anywhere near as much success.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a good way to spin a sub 100 ACS Reyna, to be honest. Maybe someone out there is a more positive person than we are, Tom. But as we look towards this push, G2 are actually getting shut down to start with mixwell falling. Flash is going to be far removed from the rest of the round, but so are a lot of the F4Q players. With the man advantage sitting in their favor, nukkye is just sitting all the way back inside of B main, letting them walk through to try to take the fight. And interestingly, he walked up, he walled off spawn, and then he runs right back to cover this flank and play what is a very nice reaction play off koldamenta's contact.
For now, at least. They're having to take at least a little bit of the time to just try and break through the wall. They have managed to smoke off nukkye, but the fact is, he's still just going to be waiting on the edge. You can hear the footsteps, and a lot of time has gone. koldamenta's going to fall, and now his teammates are actually getting pincered. He needs to come in on a flank, almost baiting his team a little bit here. nukkye, maybe he can win the round. I don't think they'll mind. He's going to stop them defusing the spike, and I think the time's too far gone. It's going to be incredibly close with the defuse, but they haven't got it. It's not happening this time. G2 fighting for some of the early orb control. By the looks of it, they're going to go straight into A, which is stacked.
Yeah, but stacked up by Classics shouldn't really be a problem, and keloqz is certainly playing the confident style we saw from him on the previous map. This time, he will be punished, though. One weapon dropped already. F4Q just want to find another kill, but they cannot. And what could have been a little bit of impact for them, a dent in the G2 economy, turns out to be a pretty clean round for the attackers.
Yeah, considering they invested nothing, have any of those ultimates online. They are, however, just going to burst straight into the site, and he's leading the charge. He's already in on site B. And I don't even know if they realized it, but Esperanza, it's a whip! He does manage to get away with the kill. He picked the wrong angle! I think they thought he was in the corner. That's a huge mistake from G2. koldamenta at least puts one in the dirt, but with the flank coming through fast, the spike at least on the site, but the second they attempt to plant, they know they're going to go down. So keloqz just attempting to do as much damage as possible. And koldamenta, hey, he's made it costly. Can he do anything more? No.
Still, 3 kills, fantastic for G2, and they
can't just leave this position on the map open anymore. And more importantly, with only one player actually defending B within the site, a single kill here could actually be enough for G2.
Let's see what they can find. Efina has been absolutely huge for this team, but koldamenta shuts him down. keloqz caught on the dash over, but traded out immediately. And this is, again, textbook Valorant coming out of G2. F4Q having all the weapons they could possibly want, and, well, they only get the 1 kill for it, and that was onto keloqz, who had a Sheriff and a Bladestorm. And then, sure, keloqz goes on the side and dies, but is traded immediately. He, technically, scoreboard analysts would say he did nothing in that round, but in fact, he was the key player, despite getting no kills, and I think no damage, actually.
He was the distraction.
Exactly, yeah.
Someone has to do it.
That's my role.
Oh, no, you're just spamming a wall with an Odin the entire half.
It's a distraction. They can't hear the steps. Now, zunba, he's inside the smoke on the other side, but only with a classic man. If there was any other weapon, anything, even a shorty, he would have ended up with a kill there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's not a bad play.
Spike planted.
Well, he could have probably tried to walk through. I love he waits till the second the door is down and it's like, I now want to be there.
Well, yeah, especially in a round like this. The remaining 2 players do look like they're just playing for exits. I have a... yeah. I was thinking there is a very small world where he somehow manages to get past before they go pushing through. They also have keloqz, who will just go walking through, and it's actually a bit of an awkward battle. He's going to get... or he's going to lose that opening duel.
Out of the charges.
Yep, this was the... little bit of a lurk play. The problem is nukkye can get the res in if they gain control over the site. Zunba in with a double, but with keloqz brought back online, they're not that far behind on the G2 side. The problem is they have to split in through middle. They've got to meet up as a 3-man and then deal with these side players. But F4Q are bunkered down and taking the fight beautifully. Esperanza pretty much guaranteeing them this round, and there it is. A second for another round was sort of convincing, so it seems odd. But it's in the setup, and it's in the fact that there was such a small crack there to be exploited, and this is the problem. Now that FiveK is down, you've just got a completely isolated Zunba, but G2 aren't even looking to go towards the B site. Efina finds that out by taking down keloqz on short.
Yeah, good couple of kills. They managed to catch nukkye on the top of the wall as well. koldamenta, I think he's been spotted around this area, being caught out by some of the utility that was left there by Efina. And now, as they try and push into the site with the ultimates currently available for F4Q, this is going to be a really tough take, and they actually don't expect Esperanza to be here. mixwell with a flash in hand. It has fallen flat for G2. This looking like a good round for F4Q. Starting to take quite a bit of control here.
And that pistol on keloqz is the one that's leading the charge. Away the fact that he hasn't got much to deal with, but what Zunba might not know is he has a teammate with him. The hairdo kind of gave him away there, unfortunately. Saw a little something poking up above. keloqz goes in for another, and Buddy's taken down. Hunter's Fury trying to find Esperanza, and now they know exactly where he is. mixwell gets blindsided by FiveK and still wins the duel. And look at where he's using it as well.
Wait, Bunny has a judge? No way.
Oh, you're nasty. Absolutely nasty.
I also like the fake smoke as well. It's just going to make things so much worse for him as he goes peeking through. keloqz another entry, but the trade's coming back thick and fast. This duel is everything, and keloqz is on this round. Turns it into a 2 versus 2. Has to try and retrieve the spike, which he will. FiveK actually taking a bit of a swing here, and well, he can't afford to go down.
And they're both so low here. All that F4Q need to do is group up and take these fights together. FiveK on 30 HP, surely not about to swing into that. Now it's a 1 versus 2, and this becomes so much more winnable, especially because as they get this plant in, keloqz has his Blade Storm. Oh, they might not even be needed. The flash confirms exactly where Bunny is. And nade in hand, though, Tom, this could do a lot for Bunny. If he can land the nade in the right place on either player, that is a guaranteed kill in the play.
Oh, he had the idea, just literally 0.2 of a second.
Coming up behind and taking them down. A lot of utility burned up to start this round out, and F4Q have fully rotated into position. They've got weaker weapons, but they're going to have 5 players on A. Luckily, G2 aren't going to commit.
Yeah, we'll just look at keloqz again. He's already making a sneaky play through in towards the B site. There is going to be the rotation coming through from Efina, and he will make it into the site at least, but again, it almost looks like it's going to come down to this solo play. He does have a little bit of support from Esperanza, and for G2 there's still a lot of time on the clock, so they don't really have to take too much of a risk. Instead, they're going to use the Cosmic Divide to section off these angles, and you can already see koldamenta attempting to try and watch the cross, and this time they will check the angle on the switch.
So good, man. Oh, hello. And goodbye. The timings, the understanding of the utility cycles in play for G2 is absolutely beautiful to watch.
Like, sure, that was a pistol round, but we saw it in the round before as well in the 2 versus 2. Just pull players into the spots. The slow's going to hold them back. It's not going to connect with the knives, but then luckily he's got a rifle to play with as well. And actually, we don't see Efina peek off the turret. Maybe they won't expect him to be here because I don't think he was spotted on the cross. Oh,
it's such a good play by Efina, but they don't push afterwards. So of course he comes out to mid. He's trying to hunt them down, thinking this is another fake, like the last 2 rounds we saw, that they would pressure B and go back to A. And he made the right call, because that's exactly what they're doing. But it's keloqz feeling the freedom to sit there and say, hey, they're going to push me, they're going to take space, and if they don't, oh, cool, I'll just flank them late in the round. And he might still be doing that even after catching them.
But that's the thing. He could even just run into the B site and die at this point. Yep. And if he holds an extra player over, that's enough.
Oh, the cycling utility we've talked about, that wall's about to break. As they push into the A site, that's where all the attention goes towards on F4Q. The wall breaks, and up comes keloqz behind. They've won the round already. Oh, FiveK! Okay, that's beautiful. But then the flank comes in. It is the safety net, the security that is constantly there, and
utility's also diminished a little bit, so I almost worry that if they just let this site go for free, it's going to be too easy for G2.
Yeah, it may well be. I mean, that lockdown, I think, has been online since round 4 or so, and F4Q have not had the opportunity because retakes haven't really existed, bar that one that we saw at a 5K, a 10 to 1v4, and the flank came through. Now, on this one, they're going to throw everything they've got on it. There's a Cosmic Divide to work with, but as soon as they try to get into position, there are 4 players here to crunch in. mixwell leading the charge on that, and this is looking disgusting. F4Q not really having a chance. Surely nukkye is still with a res to play with. He goes down, and now keloqz needs to do it all. Maybe a little bit too much bravado out of G2, and an opportunity for F4Q to take it, but once again, and in fact, he'd be running into the whole team, because F4Q, I'll say this, they have no lack of mid control, that's for sure. The entire team was there, and now they're looking to split into the A side. Two players waiting, there's the pull coming into play, mixwell able to take it for free. Door coming down. It's going to be destroyed. Oh, no, it's not. They're coming back. AvovA catches them. And look at the deep push that's come out of nukkye, with mid being held by keloqz as well. They've got this one crunched down on as F4Q continue forward with a man disadvantage. And nukkye, he did this in the attack pistol, and from the same position, he's able to do it here. If you are just thrown into the fray, you're completely boxed in, and you are playing their game at that point, and gaining any sort of control and having any sort of say over the round is really where F4Q are falling down.
Okay.
Here, though, even on an eco, they start out with the opening, although finding that weapon is going to be pretty tough.
Grabwell is going to make things at least a little bit more awkward. With the door being closed, there is a good opportunity to at least get a plant. For Efina, they've managed to retrieve themselves that extra SMG, one on every single member of the side of G2. If they win this round, it would be a miracle, but they could at least make things incredibly costly, Mitch.
That they could. This late in the game, well, that's maybe not the best flash by FiveK. He's going to get taken down, and now we go onto the site with Zunba trying to clutch it out. Classic in hand in a 1v2. The defuse coming in, he's got to push. He's got to run right into them, and AvovA's ready for it. Yeah, definitely not one of the better pieces of utility we've seen. The three things are looking good for G2. This is a bonus round with double marshals, not something you'll see all too often. A blast back play into side, and Bunny bringing that flashy play through yet again. You love to see. I don't know, how does he even get there, man?
Teach me.
Some guy watches too many Flights videos. Now, maybe Flights watches his videos.
For sure. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
Bunny. I agree with him. I think he is that best raise, but can they hold on to this? Now, this is not a good purchase at the moment for G2. They basically just invested into a couple of marshals to try and make sure they had something to fight with in this round. A retake, though, seeming almost impossible, and I wonder if this is just going to become an opportunity to try and make things really costly. Try and catch them on the X's. They've got 4 players now pushing up to the top mid. They have absolutely nothing to lose, so even if they exit through another angle, they can just die to the spike, not give any ultimate orbs over, and they'll have a purchase into the next round no matter what.
Oh, they're all coming, and they've no idea that nukkye is this close already. He's going to be able to shut them down for a quick double. Another kill coming in for keloqz. The round's already lost, but it's about damage, and there is plenty done. F4Q win the round, but get out with absolutely nothing.
Is almost just trying to sell this a bit in that direction.
G2 decided to give up all mid control. AvovA was playing here in the early round with a Spectre, so they knew that they were going to have a potential crunch on the B side, and that's exactly what's coming in. F4Q moving towards the backside, but there's 2 players there. Mixwell primed and ready with the flash. Gonna blind up his teammate. Unfortunately, keloqz now kind of stuck. They know that he's here. He's going to go down to the... Oh, well, he tries to pick up the rifle, but 10 seconds left. Plant needs to come in, and it will. No denial of that out of G2. F4Q look like they're about to get around on the board. AvovA rezzed up could make a difference, but the flank that's on its way surely will close this round out, and there it is. And wait for it, Tom. They got 19 health, and there it is.
No, it's still a very long road.
It was a hiccup as well. The fact that keloqz gets blinded by that flash puts them in a pretty tough position, because then mixwell's peeking by himself, and so many things that could have went differently. Now they take an eco, they're going to be happy to. Showstopper used. Bunny is, I mean, investing a lot into this round up against just pistols, but I guess that's how important it is to them. The judge tearing them apart. It does look like nukkye has managed to sneak out, though. They don't know that he's over towards the switch. Luckily, they've got an alarm bot watching for that flank.
Realistically, with the current weapons available, I'm not sure how G2 really get anything done. They've also got a lurk holding back just in case they try and get away with any extra weapons. nukkye, though, has been able to find one, and they are looking to almost just try and lock them into this site. I'm surprised we're not seeing Zunba actually try and push in to help out his teammates, because as they try and escape, they're going to be walking into the remainder of the players. The walk back from mixwell, though, leaves it almost impossible now for AvovA, and I don't think he realizes that there's no one on the site anymore. Zunba there to close it. 11-6 for F4Q, and a clean in towards B main, just looking to try and get that kill and fall back. But there we go. We finally get the lockdown put into play.
Right?
The thing is, they can just sit at the back of the site. Obviously, that's somewhere that needs to be cleared. And actually, they've just walled it off. Just like, okay, we're going to waste your time.
Now, it doesn't matter because Bunny is diving in yet again. This man is a judge main. Making it work, but AvovA somehow has come out with a double. The Seeker's going to reveal that Bunny's down below, so he won't be able to surprise them. The nade up above, actually dealing a little bit of damage, but it's not slowing them too much. They're pursuing Bunny, knowing now that he's down below with a judge, they'll be much more cautious in taking that fight. AvovA just holds for it, and now what do you do? If you're Esperanza, 1 versus 4 to try and clutch this one out. That started out well for F4Q, using their lockdown, getting Bunny onto site, and finding the
30
pick.
seconds left.
Didn't end too well.
No, AvovA, I assume he found 2 off the back of the cross. Like, otherwise, I'm not really sure where he managed to find those kills from. Also, the fact that Esperanza actually has himself the spike as well. It gives a small lifeline, but with him on the Hunter's Fury, I think they were basically just hoping, like, okay, if we get an afterplant, we have a good chance here. Unfortunately for him at this stage, it's just more important to save. Make sure that you keep that economy. They survived with 4 players in the last round, but G2 are now going to get themselves to 12. 1 round needed for them to eliminate F4Q from the tournament. That'll be done for the Koreans, and more importantly for G2. Aggressive starting to mid. Oh, he's got to be careful. Yeah, peeking over the top. He has an angle over the top of the smoke as well, and it's almost too easy on the free kill. Jumping across, a little bit risky, and it's done. No chance. AvovA's actually pushing into mid as well. They're looking to try and shut this down, but he's caught. They got to be careful. Look at keloqz.
He is sending it, man. These guys, they know that they've won the game. They're coming in strong and hot on the final round. And what could be, unless F4Q have got a big clutch. FiveK and Zunba looking to make it happen. Both on the A side as we speak. Mixwell spotted them out, and now they're ready to take these duels. They'll let them get the plant. The Cosmic Divide will fade. The door will be broken, and then they'll push in. There is 0 pressure on the shoulders of G2 at this point. And if you're at F4Q, you've got to make a move. You have to push into them and try to find an opportunity. 8 HP left for Zunba. This will have to be an amazing play, or he'll leave FiveK to do it all. That smoke is about to fade, and when it does, they'll be ready to take the duel. FiveK trying to find opportunities elsewhere. Zunba manages to evade them completely, but he's only good for the 1. That will be it. Done. G2 13-6 and 2-0 in the series. They will be going to playoffs.
Yeah.